Welcome to the Shameless Plug with Crimson Vibes and Denise's Creative Mind.
We spotlight the real, no shame in the game. Two queens with the mic calling out your name. From side hustle dreams to headline steam, we raise your voice, we build your team. We don't whisper, we amplify. Your story's power can't touch the sky. This ain't luck, it's divine design. You show up and we align. This is the Shameless Plug, we show you love. Co-sign, you shine like stars above. Dinner trending, the dream tag team. Plugged in, turned up, shameless and supreme. Let them watch you break the mold. Your biz, your brand, your story told. You're next, you're bold, the space is yours. We open paths, unlock new doors. No filters needed, just your flame. We hype your purpose, speak your name.
Plug.
Whoa, baby. We are here again. Thank you, Lord. We are here for another podcast for the Shameless Plug podcast. I am your host, Denise.
And I am your other host, Denitra. What's up, everyone?
What's up, girl? Woo.
What you got going on? 16. You gonna start it today. What you got going on? No.
I'm just saying we're on 16, right? We're on 16.
Yep. We're on 16. Look, I was about to say 16.5, but we was on 15.5 last week. So we're on 16.
I know. I'm cold, so I have to cover. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cold. And then had
listen, it's cold down here too.
I know, right? I know.
It's cold.
I'm looking like a gangster or something. Dang. All right, maybe next week. I'm gonna put the wig on, the makeup, and the eyelashes. I haven't done it in a long time. Maybe I'll do that next week. No. I'll do that for episode 25. I'm gonna do it for episode 25.
Okay, I'm about to say either 20 or 25. That'll be our first milestone. So we'll dress it up. But
it's it's starting to get cold. Like I said, it's hard because I'm like just running around. I don't have any makeup, and then just to come sit down, put on makeup for like an hour, it's just like that's a waste of makeup, So I'm giving it to y'all in my natural state. That's all. It's my natural state.
That's right. Naturally beautiful. So yes,
my love. So tell me. Let's talk. What have you been doing in the last week?
Well, actually, it's funny. I've been kind of calm and not really doing much. Let's see. I ordered some more supplies for my ties. So I will be working on that. I haven't started it yet, but I got my ties in and I got my blings and stuff like that. So I will be creating and still writing, of course. That's always going to be. And I've actually started writing a novel. Go figure.
Say word.
Yes. Yeah. So, pray for me. Pray for me on that one. It's totally different from writing the script, and it's got to be very dramatic and just, let everything just kind of flow off the tongue, in the descriptions and things of that sort. A script, yes. John is sitting at the kitchen table eating Fruit Loops. It's an action. Right. For a novel, watch as John sits and the sun rises and you hear the birds chirping outside. John takes one long sigh, missing the love of his life.
No, I'm gonna be putting all that in my books now. I still don't be putting all of that in my book.
I'm like, this is different. This is totally different.
It is different, but no, I don't be doing that. No.
Okay.
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that.
Okay. Because it's just like I'm like, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Hey, Denise, when your book coming out? In about 2 years. writing it.
Listen, it takes about that time sometimes, but
Okay.
I understand. I need to get back in my writing, and that is my goal for the new year, is
Okay.
to finish up all of these projects that I have. I do have a project. My nephew is writing a children's book, and he asked me to assist him
Oh,
with it. So I want to finish that before the new year.
okay. Oh, that's
Trying
a great project.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. You
Ooh,
already noticed I just have to put it on, in book form and add
okay.
the illustration and stuff like that. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Um
Yeah.
and that, me, I still been just working on my stuff, doing my TikTok lives. My
Yeah.
school, I'm happy to say that my school is growing. I have some fantastic people who want to take the chance
Awesome.
join my school, and we're having a good time. Even on TikTok, I got like these certain individuals, and they might be watching, but they know who they are. And they cut up on TikTok, they cut up in the school,
Mhm.
they cut up. But I love it because we have some fun, and that's what it's all about. You learn, have some fun, and that's my goal. And so that keeps me busy between that and just, I did some wall calendars, I did some desk calendars, and and my biggest project, my 2026 yearly planner, is
That's what I'm waiting for.
technically done. All right, it's technically done. I just got 2 pages that I have to add a photo to, but
Okay.
so then I just have to print it and look over it, and just make sure that everything is set on the page the way I want, and then I can say I will go into production. But
Okay.
definitely, I will definitely be ready to start printing them the first week, hopefully the second week in November.
Okay, perfect. That's me. That's what I'm waiting for. I got my
Yeah,
special pen for my planner. I'm ready to write in it. Write some
yeah.
stuff out.
It,
Yeah.
it took some time. It took some time, but
Yeah.
it's almost there. It'll be ready in like 2 weeks. It'll be ready.
Okay.
So tonight, you know, this is October. You know how they say we wear pink in October. I got my pink hat. I'm
My
surrounded by
t-shirt.
pink,
Yes,
and
you
it's
are.
funny because I do have a breast cancer. I have 2 breast cancer shirts that I made when I went to my events.
Hmm.
So they not clean. And I meant to do laundry. But I went to my event, and they give us a lot of breast cancer goodies. So I have my breast cancer mirror here, which is cool. And then
Hmm.
at the event we made candles. So this is really cool.
Oh.
So I have my Power in Pink. It's by Aroma Escape.
Uh-huh.
And we made it, and she said you can't light it for like 2 weeks. It
Okay.
smells so good. So last Saturday made a week, so I can't light it until next week. But
Next week.
oh my God, I can't wait to light that and start getting
Good.
that aroma going. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk to our 2 guests. It was a great suggestion when you said that we have this episode.
Yeah.
Because there are so many women out there who who need to hear this.
Yes.
A lot of women are scared to go. There are women like in their 40s and 50s who have never had a mammogram. you
Yeah.
know unfortunately there are some women that had succumbed to breast cancer, and then there are those who are survivors, and that's what we have on here tonight. I am a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. Yes, and I love it. So
Me
it's
too.
awesome idea to have this show, and I am so proud to
Me
be a
too.
part of the show and hear their journey. To
Yes.
hear their journey. Hopefully I won't need any tissue, because we sensitive over here.
I got mine like near me. So when you see me
Yes.
go like this, I need to
Oh, yeah,
dab my eye.
but it's all good. All right, so we're gonna start off, and I'm gonna start off with Cameron first, because I told Cameron, we tell everyone to come here like 7:45 so that we can get the mic set in the camera and be ready. So I come in, and I was like, "Ooh, she already here." And then she's like, "I've been here for an hour." I was like, "What?" She is not playing. This is what
Ew.
I'm talking about, and that just goes to show that she is on it. She is all
Yes,
about
it is.
her health. She is on time. She's not taking any chances. She's making sure she's crossing her T's and dotting her I's to make sure that her body is supposed to be what it's supposed to be, and anything different. I know she got some. Hey, I'm at the doctor. I'm sitting to the doctor like this before they even open, right, Cameron? You be right there before they even open. I'm ready. I want to see what's going on. Tell me what's going on.
I know that's right. I know
Okay.
that's right.
Okay, so today we have Cameron Sutton is a breast cancer survivor and founder of Pink Faith Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit supporting women and families affected by breast cancer through outreach, education, and community initiatives. Driven by her personal journey, Cameron has touched hundreds of lives with care packages, workshops, and community events. She recently collaborated with, is it Sade Brown of Lowe's Home Improvement on the Pink Porch Project, combining creativity and community impact to transform spaces and raise awareness. Oh, so welcome to the stage, Karen.
Hello.
We're gonna get some applause.
I am the sound. I'm the sound engineer tonight. So all claps.
Yes. Thank you.
We got our movement sounder, right? So welcome, Karen. How are you?
I'm well. I'm doing well, much better tonight than I was earlier today, but I am well.
Yeah. Okay.
You told me backstage. Would you like to share or?
Yeah. Actually, so today was my 3-year or my 3rd year of having my mammogram. So it would be that I have it today. And yeah, God is good. I had a negative report.
Yes.
Amen.
And it was good. The thing is, being a survivor, just having that, my faith is strong, but just having that mammogram now, it's like,
nerve-wracking, right?
But yes, it really is. But just when they give you the results of that and it's positive information, it's just like, okay, yes, I'm good. So I went out of there just smiling and had a wonderful time. Yeah, so that's great news. It would be that it happened on today. I was so excited about it. So,
I'm glad you shared that, and you will have positive news for hopefully for the rest.
Absolutely.
Long.
Yes. I got some stuff to do.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
Yes. And
you do.
Please.
Yes.
So I have my first question.
Yes.
So my first question is, what inspired you to turn your personal experience with breast cancer into a mission that helps others through the Pink Faith Foundation?
So what inspired me was I have to be honest, and originally after the diagnosis, maybe 2 weeks in, even prior to having my surgery, my mindset was probably like thousands of other women. I'm not going to tell a soul. Told my husband, told my close family members, but outside of that, I wasn't planning to tell a soul. And then I went to church. And on that particular Sunday, one of the ministers there, she gave her sermon. But prior to that sermon, she said, she told us that she had told her family, which was her husband and her son, about her journey, but no one else knew about it. And so, so she had to tell them. So she went through and didn't tell anybody, but she had to tell them prior to preaching at our church because we live stream. So I'm sure they were watching.
Wow.
Right. So when she told her journey, it mirrored me. I felt like this was her standing in front of me, giving me the same news. I mean, everything, when I tell you everything that happened with her was a mirror for me. And that was a light for me then to say, you know what? No, I have to tell. I have to, this is a mission for me. So I did. Maybe a couple days later, I went on social media and I shared it with the world. And from there on, I didn't look back. And on the day that I did ring the bell, which was February the 25th of 2023, I was told right then, okay, now here is where the process starts for you. This is where you need to become an advocate. You need to make sure that there are women out here that need to know the reasons why a mammogram is important. There's plenty of women that, for whatever reason, they will not have a mammogram. They're not going to tell anybody, whether they're afraid, whether it's painful. And me, I would always say, well, breast cancer is more painful.
Exactly.
So, and whether finances, was always an issue as well. So I found out a lot of reasons why, women decided not to, but I knew that I need to be there to help these women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay. But tell us about, if you don't mind, like two things. How did did you did a self examination, or when you first found out was because you had the mammogram, or did you suspect something prior to getting a mammogram?
No, I did not. I had been normally getting my mammograms regularly every year, faithful in October. And what happened was that was right around COVID. During COVID, that you weren't able to get any type of appointment.
Right.
Really, you weren't able to get anything. And so I knew that my appointment was scheduled. So I had a dentist appointment or mammogram appointment on the same day. And they told me that I would not be able to get my mammogram until the following May. Now, had I waited, I would have gone into another stage. So I insisted that I have my mammogram, and I went to, and I didn't know anything at the time. I just insisted that I have my mammogram. So I did have the mammogram. I got there and they told me, hey, look, if we come out and we tell you that your mammogram's fine, then you can leave. But if this little lady comes out and she tells you, hey, we need to do an ultrasound, then that was the case. And so I sat there for about 45 minutes waiting, and that's when I kind of knew something wasn't quite right. And and through the doors came the little old lady, and she called me back for an ultrasound. And I'm telling you, it was devastating for me, because it was like the same year that I had lost my brother a year prior to. And it just felt like going in this room, sitting here, waiting for results. And it was the same feeling that I had when I was waiting to find out about him. So, and he's deceased now, but yes. And so, that was kind of how I found out. I did not know. I did not feel anything. I am big on self examinations, breast examinations. During my shower, didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was because you were persistent.
Yes.
It made a difference in your life, and yes. I'm so glad you was. I just want to say real quick, shout out to Karen Dave Wright. She's watching on Facebook. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Hi.
Alrighty. So I have questions as well. What do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions about breast cancer survivorship that you wish more people understood?
I think what I wish more people understood is that mammograms are important, very important. You don't have to go through the process alone. That's major. I think a lot of people think that, but there is someone here. There is someone here for you. A lot of people don't have a village, but once you get that diagnosis, you have a village. You have a village of Pink Sisters. You'll begin to learn and and you'll begin to congregate with women that you've never met before. They become your sisters. They become, it's a sisterhood.
I was just
And
getting ready to say that.
I'm
Yes.
grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful that I've had a chance to meet so many different people, and also that it's a chance to build and rebuild, um, and it's not a death sentence.
Yeah.
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 I understand that.
So talk to us about your Pink Faith Foundation.
So, as I mentioned before, I didn't really want any parts of it to begin with, but I understand that this journey wasn't about me. It wasn't about me. Um, it was about other women, and I understand my heart. So again, after ringing the bell, my husband was with me, and he remembers immediately after ringing the bell, I was riding home, and I said, "Wait, ringing that bell again was not about me. It was about helping others."
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately thought, "God, what is it that you need me to do?" And he said, "I need you to be a light for those that can't be." And so I formed a Pink Faith Foundation. I didn't know, I just knew it was pink, but I knew that my faith was strong going through
Yes.
the process. And so that's where Pink Faith derived. He just gave it to me. We formed the foundation. And from there, I started planning the gala. And so this past 2 weeks ago would have been my third year that
Oh,
I've had.
cool.
I had the gala in the same year. I started February
Wow.
2nd, and we had a huge gala in October. And so that gala is all about survivors,
Mm-hmm.
warriors. It's about their families. It's about their villages, and it is a huge celebration. That is exactly what we're doing. There's
Yes.
no sadness. We are not, there are some happy tears, of
Of
course,
course, of
but for
course.
the most part, it is a celebration and we give back. We've done quite a bit with Pink Faith. We've had, of course, the Pink Porch Project, which a few weeks ago, and for the month of October, we would go out to survivors' homes and we partnered with, and I'll mention Saida Brown, partnered
Okay.
with her and Lowe's Home Improvement, which was a gracious project. It was just a nice project that we went out to, and we decorated the porches with flags, flowers, pink
Oh,
banners. We turned their light porch, the light bulb pink.
Oh,
yes.
It was amazing. So we went out to about 4 homes in Wake County, and we graced those ladies, and they were so appreciative. And so that gave me, the opportunity then to love on these women, because that's really what it's about. It's not about me. It's about being able to be a beacon of light to the next woman, and helping her understand that you do not have to fight this journey alone. So with that, Pink Faith, we've done quite a bit. We've partnered with Soulless Mammography.
Okay.
Yes. What else? We've introduced or given away blessing bags, where we would fill those things with things that breast cancer survivors could use. We've done quite a bit in the community. We have quite a bit of community events, awareness events, um, and we have just quite a few things that we are doing here, and we're growing. So
Yeah.
we're only about 3 years
now,
in.
where is here?
We're here in Durham. I live in Durham, so it's Durham,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Raleigh, Durham Triangle area. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's great.
Okay, cool.
Now, me and you talked before, and you are an event planner and have an event center. But talk about what was going in your life when you started doing these events, when you formed your event center. What went off? We talked about it, but I'm sure people would love to hear
Yeah.
that story.
So originally, I was in the medical world. I
Mm-hmm.
was I was I worked in family healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there every day. I enjoyed the patients there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I worked, but that was not really what I knew that I was supposed to be doing. So
Yeah.
during that time, I was also an entrepreneur, but it was like a part-time entrepreneur. And so
That's how
and
we start out. Yep.
I knew working there, between doing what I needed to do in my business, and Pink Faith was not even really a thought then, because I had no idea of any of what I'm going through now. I just
Yeah.
knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan was that I was a boutique owner. I,
Okay.
I started paparazzi. Then I went to my own, which was personality. And so I opened a boutique. Let me back up. We were actually renting the building, and then COVID happened. And then my journey happened. So I had to shut it down and let it sit there for like a year. And then we built walls. This is my daughter and my daughter and I, praise God for her, and give honor to my husband and my kids. But
Yeah.
I had to put the boutique down for a minute. I had to sit it down because I had to go through the journey.
Yes.
So it sat there. And then after ringing the bell in February, in June, no, it was July of the same year,
Mm-hmm.
when I opened the boutique. And
Yes.
yes, I opened the boutique, and that was a storefront
Mhm.
that I had everything. I just could not run it. And then the following year, which was after my journey in 2024, um, my granddaughter, my very first grandbaby, was born, and my only grandbaby was born. And I thought, wait a minute, I've got to be able to keep my grandbaby.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling you, when I tell you that, like, my faith was, don't try to hold on to anything. Just, plan. God allowed me to be able to get my 401k in order before I made
Mhm.
these moves, healthcare, all of these things. And so me going to my job, I quit my job. I quit
Okay.
my job in March, in
Okay.
March
Good.
of the same year. So the month that I rang the bell, the next month I quit my job, stepped out on faith, and opened that boutique. Let me go
Wow.
back to, yes, and it was I nervous? Yes. But did I feel free when I walked out?
I bet
Yes,
you
because
did.
I knew
I
that
know that's right. Yes.
my faith was strong, and I knew that God had an assignment for me, although I didn't know what that assignment was. The assignment was Pink Faith. So when I had my granddaughter in 2024, he told me to shut the boutique. I did. I shut it in 2 weeks and put a hole in the wall, opened it up, and consider it done with birth. And so that gave me the opportunity to be able to keep my grandbaby, which I keep a few days a week, and her other grandparents keep her the other 2 days. And I have the event center, and it is a thriving event center. And God is just blessing me in all areas, and it's not a sad occasion when I
Yeah.
tell you that this happened for a reason. All of this was not for it was not for any reason. There was a
Yeah.
reason that this entire journey happened the way that it did. So
See, now I gotta grab my tissue. So keep talking. I'm listening.
I just want to say, Karen on Facebook said, "Oh wow, nice," and she said, "Amen." I don't know why the Facebook. We gotta work on that. Why the Facebook comments are not showing, and I can show them on here. But that's why I stream live and I can read the comments. So Oh wow, that is wow. So I have a question. So we going get it out. What message of encouragement would you share with women currently battling breast cancer or those who just received the diagnosis?
Mm. My mm, my thought is for them to know that you can turn your pain into purpose, and that my prayer is that no woman has to fight this battle alone. Um, Everyone has access. You have access to early detection, care. You have access to emotional support. And this is, again, the reason why I formed Pink Faith Foundation. Know that I'm there. You can find me. I don't know. I can give phone numbers. You can
Yes,
reach
get
me
it all
on,
out. Give it all out.
yes, you can reach me at Pink Faith Foundation. That is 984-315 PINK. That's 7465. You can reach us on our website there as a contact, and that is www.pinkfaithfoundation.com. Or you can find me on Facebook, Pink Faith Foundation, and my name is Karen Sutton. I'm here. I have been to mammograms. I've taken people to mammograms, to appointments.
Yes, drag them.
I just
Drag
feel
them.
like this is the reason. This is my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
This is my purpose.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. I have one more question. So, I'm guilty. I watch TikTok all the time. And TikTok, it has its ups and downs. It has its goods and it has its bads. It's entertaining no matter what. But I'm not gonna lie. I have seen several videos of people ringing that bell. What does it feel like when you're ringing that bell?
Ringing that bell is a sense of peace. It's a sense of accomplishment. It is a sense of power that you once may have felt like was going to be taken from you. It is a sense of completion. And so that's another thing, is that during my gala, and I didn't mention this before, during my gala, there's a part of that gala where there's a bell at every table.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We have a ceremony where it's every woman and person in that building, whether it's a survivor, whether it's a warrior, someone that is going through. I had plenty of women in there, whether it's a family member that lost someone, going through, there's a bell, and you get to ring that bell, because see, not every woman gets to ring the bell. For whatever reason, I've heard that they don't get to ring the bell because some facilities don't have a bell for you to ring. And because not everyone who's going to those appointments will be able to ring a bell, because they already know what the result is going to be. So me, I feel like that was taken away from a lot of women. And so that evening, there is a bell, and it just rings its power. It's like, God, I'm getting it back. I'm getting this power back. And so you take that power and you use it and you turn it into your purpose. So that's how I felt ringing the bell. I walked out and I felt empowered.
Good.
Good. Karen, I have to say that I knew in meeting you, I felt it all over you without actually getting to meet you, that, whatever you've gone through, it was for a purpose.
Yeah.
And that there are so many women that suffer in silence. Mm-hmm. And you probably have no idea how many lives you've touched, not just of the women going through it, but maybe even with their family members that didn't know how to support them. So when I told you, I commend you. I commend you. How can people help volunteer with the Pink Foundation? Like, what do you need? Even if you don't know right now, when you do, please let me know, because I would love to help as much as I most possibly can. My mother suffered from cancer years ago as well. Um, my very first experience with someone, and not taking away from what you're doing, but I think about this woman all the time. I first worked in the hospital in New York, and I worked on the oncology floor.
Mm.
And I was a unit clerk, and I met this woman. She was fairly young during that time. I think she might have been in her 40s.
Mhm.
And she was in pain. And I would go sit with her in lunchtime when she felt a little better and wanted to talk. And just being there with her, just holding her hand, during that time, she was the light of me going into work until the day I went in there and she died.
Mm.
And I didn't know her. It wasn't somebody that I was related to, but that was my first time seeing what breast cancer does to a woman, a young Black woman, And so just to hear you tell this story about being able to ring the bell, and for women that didn't have that bell to ring before, but they're still here and they now can ring that bell, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for all that you do. It is greatly appreciated, I'm sure. But I definitely would love to help as much as possible. Just let me know.
Thank
We'll
you.
help.
Thank
We will
you.
help.
We
Thank
all
you.
gonna
Thank
be in
you.
tears here now.
Yeah. Y'all got me crying now.
Oh,
But it's good tears. It's good
it is. It is
tears.
very good tears. It is very good tears.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, we're again we're growing,
yes.
and so yeah, we thank you much. We need volunteers to assist in awareness events.
Okay.
Donations are always welcome because they help fund what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
So that's always, whether it's one time or recurring, it just doesn't matter. Either of those are fine, and no donation is too small or too large. We would want you to participate in our fundraising events. Um,
Yes.
yeah, and then more than anything, just support, spread awareness. If you can't do anything else, through a post or social media,
Okay.
yeah, talk to your friends about mammograms. Get your mammogram, ladies. Get
Yes,
your
that's what's
mammogram. If
Yeah.
important.
nothing else, if you can't do anything else for me, get your mammogram. Get your mammogram.
Yes.
And please don't worry about people talking about the pain that it causes getting it. At the very end of the day, that pain is fleeting
And always say,
compared to,
breast cancer hurts worse.
yeah. Yes.
It doesn't feel
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Okay.
Karen, thank you for coming on and
Thank you.
sharing your
Thank you.
story. Well, I'm gonna put you backstage. Don't leave. All
Okay.
right. 'Cause at the
Stay
end of
with us.
the show, we all gonna gather once everybody else goes away. We all just gonna gather and talk for a few minutes. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you
Thank
Again,
for having
thank
me.
you,
Thank
Karen.
you.
One more
you. Thank you
time,
so
how
much,
people can
Karen.
get in touch with you.
Yes, you can reach me at Pink Faith Foundation. My phone number there is 984-315 PINK, PINK, or 7465. You can also reach us on social media, Pink Faith Foundation, or through my personal social media, Karen Sutton, or you can connect with us on our website, which is www.pinkfaith.com, or we have an email address too. That's info@pinkfaithfoundation.org. Info@pinkfaithfoundation.org. That's it.
Thank
Great.
you so
Thank
much,
you so
Karen.
much.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate you all so much
We
for this
appreciate you
space.
sharing your
Appreciate
story.
you.
Thank you.
The
All right.
same.
Woo, child. Mm-mm-mm. Excuse me, y'all. This is real. All right. This is real.
I knew I wasn't gonna be no good for this one.
I
I
know.
knew it.
I know, I know, I know. And you know what? And it's so oh, because I used to do a podcast a couple of years ago, my co-host Sharon, and Sharon unfortunately passed away from breast cancer as well. So like she said, not everyone gets to ring that bell. All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
But however, we are fortunate to have another person who rung that bell. I wish I had a bell
I
when
know,
we had
right?
a bell thing, right? All right. So our next guest is Monico Doctor from Bronx, New York. She is a 5-year breast cancer survivor of triple negative breast cancer stage 2A,
Mm.
13-year heart failure survivor. She is
Mm.
a sister to sister alliance and advocacy group dedicated to providing a safe space for women of color to thrive during and after their diagnosis. Affiliated with the Breast Cancer Support Group 2. She is
Mhm.
also an advocate for breast cancer and heart failure in her community. She locate resources and provide information to all. Mended Hearts Inc., 12-year International Heart Disease Support Group, NODA No Inc., One Dies Alone, international organization whose volunteers are present during their final hours, Hospice of Life, a ministry of presence that matters. She's a military spouse and married for 28 years to Daniel Sr. She said, we are retired.
I know that's
One
right.
son and one daughter, a graduate of Syracuse University, 1983. She don't mind telling the year, so she don't mind telling her age, okay? Graduate degree, earned master's of degree in Homeland Security Management for the University of Maryland in 2021, and will complete her second master's degree in Humane Service Counseling Crisis Response, Grief and Trauma in March 2026. That's right around the corner.
Awesome.
Right? She is a 39 years financial and active member of Delta Sigma Delta Beta Sorority Inc. I got to get that right. Don't come for me, ladies. Don't come for me.
I know that's right.
Served in leadership positions for Boys and Girl Scouts in North Carolina, South Korea, and the United Kingdom. Wow, all of that. Please,
Wow.
please, welcome to the stage, Monica Moore Doctor. Yay!
Yes.
Hello.
Welcome.
How are you? Okay, why we can't hear you?
Oh.
Okay, now
Okay,
I'm
I was gonna say,
unmuted. I'm tired. I drove from South Carolina from a little retreat today.
oh,
I didn't schedule things quite right. Then I went into Zoom and right before you, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God. But this time of the year is always so busy,
I'm sure
you
it
know.
is.
But I'm
Well,
glad to be here. As Denise said, I am as of September 17th, a 5-year survivor of triple negative breast cancer,
Yeah.
stage 2. I
can
have
you
both heart.
explain what is that?
Okay, so the early years of breast cancer, let's say maybe through the late 90s,
Mhm.
you just heard the general term breast cancer. I have breast cancer, and either it's localized in one area or it has metastasized in other areas. But
Yes.
around the early 2000s, this the science of it got more specific, so you were
Okay.
able to diagnose based on protein levels of the cancer, um, of the cancer cells at what stages women were at. So you have some women who are
Wow.
still they still produce Lord, what is it? Estrogen,
Uh-huh.
estrogen, and that, so they may be HER2 positive, and they may be uh, progesterone negative. But
Okay.
me, because I was 55 when I was diagnosed, I
Mhm.
was triple negative. I have no progesterone or no estrogen, is zero.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of reasons, Black women and Caucasian women are different DNA wise and
Yeah.
otherwise, and we are diagnosed at much younger rates, but we also menstruate much earlier than our white counterparts. We birth control pills, obesity, all these things contribute to why we are coming up on the radar with triple negative. Triple negative
Mm.
is also the most deadliest form of breast cancer. As of
Wow.
right now, there's a lot of clinical trials going on, and unfortunately, a lot of us are not a part of that because we are afraid to be in the clinical trials. That's another whole story. But um, chemotherapy and radiation are what we.
Are you so?
Those are our treatments.
Oh
But
wow.
the community, unfortunately, with all the budget cuts and that's been happening, but the community is fighting to make sure that science continues in that arena.
Mm.
Okay.
Black
So
women also die at a higher rate of breast cancer than their white counterparts. Some of that is because they don't have, Black women have a lack of medical care.
Yeah.
Uh, Black women
Financial.
sometimes wait longer than their white counterparts because we're wearing the cape and we're doing so many things that the last thing we do is take care of ourselves. And
exactly.
then also all women, not just Black women, fear. Fear is a factor,
Always.
but a lot of time it just goes undiagnosed often too. So it's a lot of different things. The unique thing about me is that we were stationed in South Korea when I was diagnosed with breast cancer during COVID. So I like to say that because I couldn't get home.
Mm.
And had I left my family, and
Mhm.
Denise knows this, had I left my family, I don't know if I'd ever see him again.
Wow.
So yes, if those who don't know, Monaco is my cousin. We
Yes. He,
family, y'all. We family.
yes.
And so you like she said when she told that story, she's told me, and and it was one thing that she said that, the treatment that she got over in Korea, she doesn't know, she didn't think she would have gotten that same treatment here, which
Mm.
I know for sure I
she
wouldn't
might
have.
not be here today to tell
That's
her
right.
story. And that was
Mm.
one of the reasons why I wanted her to come on and tell that story, that
Well,
why that treatment over there was so much different than over here.
well, one, we were at the beginning because COVID, we knew about COVID before you all did. So in November, December of 2019, people were getting sick, but we didn't know why.
Mhm.
And I was working there. And I'm sorry, I need to say where it is. So we were stationed at Camp Humphreys in South Korea. That is
Okay.
about 2 hours away from Seoul, South Korea, where there's
Okay.
a military installation. And my husband serves as an active duty officer. Well, he's retired now, and it's a city into itself. And but I'm gonna save a little time here. So we knew a little bit sooner. We didn't know why people were getting sick. By January, we knew it was something. So they
Yes.
started locking us down then. We were on lockdown by the second week of February.
Wow.
And I felt my lump by, and it wasn't until April, but we were still on lockdown.
Yeah.
And then I had to wait because the protocols were not in place. We didn't have our hospital had just opened, but they shut it right down. So I had to go on an economy, which is what
Mhm.
we refer to the Korean hospitals on economy. I had to wait for them to come up with a protocol so that we could safely go into the hospitals.
Wow.
Um, they did, allow me to go in, but this is what happened, and this is why I say what I said. If I had come to America when they did diagnose me, it wasn't until May 15th of 2020. They said I couldn't come back. And then hospitals said, we can't take you because we have worse people off worse than you. I was stage 2, 2A. I had a lumpectomy, so my tumor was right here. It was
Mm-hmm.
localized, but it was spreading. We found out later. They would get to me, is what they said. That's
What?
I can still hear that doctor on the other end say, and he wasn't trying to be offensive, but he said we have people who are at stage 4, stage 3, and what my doctors were saying on the other side was, well, it's triple negative breast cancer. It's aggressive. It's the most aggressive form. She could be dead in September. He's saying this to me in May. So the Korean doctor said, if you stay here and if you just follow our lead, because they didn't want a dead American on their hands, we
Mm-hmm.
promise you that you'll get the treatment that you need. And it was very aggressive treatment. I had 8 rounds of chemo,
Mm-hmm.
direct chemo. And when I say direct chemo, most people are able to get a port.
Yeah.
But because I had had heart failure in 2012, they couldn't put a port in me. So all of my chemo was in here.
Mm. Wow.
So every time I went, it was 2 things of chemo. That, yeah. And I had 34 rounds of radiation.
Mm.
Did you say 34?
Yes, ma'am. 34 rounds.
Ooh.
Wow.
So
That
this
is
color you see, God gave me this. This is not number 36 or number 30. This is after my hair falling out 2 times. The third time it came in this beautiful gray.
I love it.
You
I
know.
love
So, I have a story that it's gonna take too long to tell. And you're gonna, when I get my book, when I write my book, you'll see. But I was told that if I had to wait that long to that September, I probably wouldn't have made it because my
Mm.
cancer was moving fast. Like the Pink Warrior before me.
Yes.
Every October, I have a mammogram, an ultrasound, because I used to be a much bigger lady, and I
Mm-hmm.
always had a lot of fibrocystic tissue in my breast. So from the
Okay.
time I was 21, I always had ultrasound. And in 2007, I decided I had to have a breast reduction because it just got to be so dense.
Yes.
And that saved my life later on. That was 2007. I wasn't diagnosed to 2020 because they were able to see the tumors right away.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to go in there and get everything out right away. Had I had continued dense breasts,
They
it just
wouldn't have
would have been a
found it.
mess. It would have been a mess. It would
Wow.
have been a mess. So I can't tell you the feeling of fighting a virus you can see and fighting a virus you cannot see.
Mm.
And having
Mm.
to tell our daughter 3 weeks before she graduated from high school that mommy has breast cancer. Now, I want to also say there's no history of breast cancer in my family. None. Zero. So what was it? And the Korean doctor sent me down and said, you have what we call environmental breast cancer. Like, what is that? Just like I didn't know what triple negative was. I was
Yeah.
like, what is that? I just breast cancer, breast. So environmental it includes your weight, where you live, your medical history, what you put in your hair, what you put in your nails, the food you eat. That is environmental. And Black women, check all the boxes on that. Birth control at a young age, menstruating
Mm-hmm.
at a young age, all of that. I grew up in the boogie down South Bronx. There was all kind of factories and things around. I grew up on 10th Avenue. Shout out to 10th Avenue, 23 Park, Forest Projects. But those environmental factors.
Yeah.
And so a lot of us don't have stress.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't know about that. We just know about, well, you got it from your mama or your daddy's side. But this is the other thing that a lot of us, we all have, and we have to work on getting rid of.
Mm. Mm. Now, you
Eradicating from
mentioned
our
the stuff we
lives.
put on our nails and on our hair.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I'm
Yep.
just sitting there because the kind of presentation that they gave me there, I mean, they went as far as going back to the very first building I ever lived in. because they wanted a whole history.
Yeah.
It's something, again, when I write my book, they presented my whole life in front. They get pictures, streets I lived on. They showed me, here used to be a factory, how they had put these containers in and I didn't tell them this. They found this, they had put containers in 23 Park. Next to it used to be the school. After they knocked that down, the factory that was across from there had buried containers in the ground there. And I remember years later, letters being sent out to the community about that, but we had moved to North Carolina. So we heard it from other people, So, it's a lot of things. But to get back to me, I had the chemo and the radiation. And the Pink Warrior also, I think you all asked a question about, how did she feel about ringing the bell?
Yes.
I felt ecstatic. I got to ring the bell. They did not have that ceremony, that event over there in the hospitals. So what I did was, my husband and I, we bought bells in all the hospitals that I was in,
Yes.
so that people could ring the bells when it was over.
Oh, you never told me that.
Yeah, I have, I
Wow.
was, well, yeah, we have. So I was treated in 3 hospitals, and all the hospitals have bells that has our name on it. And then what my diagnosis was, and when I was
Yes.
diagnosed, and my date of my surgery, which was September 17th. Yeah, I have a bell myself. I have to take a picture of it when I so I can send it to you. I had the fortune of going back to Korea last month. I was in
Yes.
Korea for 12 days, and I went to all those hospitals. And the most important people during your journey are your nurses.
Yes.
And so the term nurse navigator is that nurse that is assigned to you, that takes you through your journey. And all of my nurses were Korean, and
Mm-hmm.
they spoke, English and Hangul, which is the language there. And I was able to see all of my nurses.
Nice.
And I
That's
haven't even shared that
awesome.
on my Facebook yet, because I'm still trying to process it. On the morning
Yes.
of September 17th, 2025, I was standing in the hospital, ringing the bell again. And
Oh,
it's just something I'm not ready to share yet. I just want to keep it for
Oh.
myself. But
Oh.
they had not seen me. They had not seen the weight loss. I have lost, altogether had lost about 82 pounds since they seen me. But
mhm.
Wow.
I've put on about 10. But I'm still way below what I'm
Yes.
in a good place, because I wanted to go back there. I was trying to figure out, why can't I move on? Why can't I? And I needed to go back there, because that's
Yeah.
where my care was.
Mhm.
So I'm ready to move on and do some great things. I do things here in the community. I'm a member of Sister to Sister Alliance in Raleigh, North Carolina. Um, I'm kind of a lone ranger here, because people call on me because I make myself accessible.
Oh, yeah.
I go to people's houses. Sometimes people don't have the right bras and the right um, garments, because that's a part of the healing as well. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
women suffer from lymphedema
Yep.
here. And I don't know if that Pink Warrior, if she's familiar with Survivor Friendly. They have about 7 locations in North Carolina, who unfortunately the owner passed away back in May, but there's still that organization's here, different, you can feel normal again, beautiful garments. And
Yeah.
it also it helps you in your recovery. What I plan to do and what I am doing is to continue to be an advocate. Um, we have to, please, let's not forget our men. There are men who have had breast cancer.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Thank you for mentioning that
yeah,
it's not just women.
that's right.
Anybody that has, what is it, mammal glands,
Right.
can get breast
Can
cancer.
can have breast cancer. And um, if a man needs to understand, if his mother had breast cancer, please get tested. You can get the gene test. It's
Mhm.
not that expensive.
Okay.
Yes.
It's worth
Thank you for
getting it. It's
mentioning.
worth it. It's worth it, because you may not get it. And normally it skips a generation. Not always, but a lot of times it skips a
Mhm.
generation. But your daughter could get it.
Right.
So it's worth the fight with the insurance company to get it done. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
I'm located in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I'm always available. I'm making myself more available for the fight, for the cure. Um, but we also have to do our part, like the Pink Warrior said. You go get your mammogram, please, God. Do not
Yes.
believe when people say, and it's even your own, the medical folks. I hate to say it, but you only need it every other year. No, you need it every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Every
If
year.
you feel something that doesn't feel right, you call your doctor.
Right.
You advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might even have to go down there and stand in the office and demand that you have your mammogram, because people will try to talk you out of it too. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
Mm.
And do not let people think you don't know your body. We know our bodies. If something doesn't feel right, something isn't right, we know. And you don't
Mm.
stop until you're satisfied with the answer. And if you're not satisfied with that answer, then you get you another doctor, because you can fire your doctor, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You make sure that you are beyond, without a doubt, sure that the information you have is good information. You know, I've been blessed being a military spouse. Thank God, I've had some wonderful doctors, and I've had good health care. But there's a lot of us out here that do not have it, and those are the folks that we have to fight for and
Exactly.
help them. And unfortunately, with all the recent budget cuts and holes, I'm very afraid of what's going to happen to our community.
Yes.
The breast can
Listen.
the breast cancer community, the colon cancer community, the research. I'm very afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I could, say one thing is, it's not just a T-shirt for us. It's not just October for us.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh,
So
I am a woman of faith. I'm a woman of faith, but I'm here to tell you, this is something that I think about every day. And I don't sit around soaking thinking about it, but I think about there's somebody somewhere that's not going to get to ring the bell.
Mm.
It's not going to look like this and like that sister that was before me.
Yeah.
right.
And then she leaves, or he believes, behind family.
Yeah.
Because all I could think about is, Lord, get me to my daughter's high school graduation. And then it was, get me to my daughter's college graduation. She graduated from NYU. And the funny thing about that is, I was diagnosed on May 15th, 2020. And
Mhm.
our baby graduated from NYU magna cum laude on May 15th, 2024.
Wow.
So that date just means, God is good.
One
Yes,
time.
God is
you.
good. And
Yes,
I
you.
thank you for having me on today. I mean, I might have answered like a lot of questions.
I was just
Um,
getting ready to say we didn't even get a chance to answer any questions because you basically
We
answered all of
and
them before we,
exactly.
you
but
know,
before we
Exactly.
continue, I just want to say we'll give a shout out to Miss Sunshine 798 who's watching on YouTube.
mhm.
Hey,
Hey.
she's one of the members of my school. Thank you for joining.
Oh,
I
hey.
don't know if she was
That's
here when I was
awesome.
talking about her.
Yeah,
And
and
then
I'm always available to speak on this topic. If
wait a minute, wait a minute. And
oh,
then we had Cameron Daywright, who's been following us also, and she said, every year you get your mammogram. She was like, she was over there when y'all talking about ringing the bell. She was putting the bell emojis
mhm.
in the chat, and then she's putting the praise God, and she is showing her support. Uh, she said, "Is Monaco familiar with colon cancer too?"
I'm family members. I lost my uncle last year to that. But I myself didn't have any problems. But all cancers need attention, and but I'm not versed on colon cancer. Please, colonoscopy for African Americans. I do know we cannot put ourselves on the same schedule as other people,
No.
and our diet has dictated that. The way
Yeah.
we eat, the way we don't take care of ourselves as a people. I hate to say that. So
It's true.
you can I hate to say demand, but you can, if there's certain tests that are available, there's certain blood tests you can take to see if these things are present.
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah.
just that we don't know. And
They
because we
don't.
don't know,
Your
we can
doctor won't
ask for
tell you.
those things.
Right.
Yeah.
When we find out about it, it's too late.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I always
Exactly.
think about those people that say, well, I eat like my mama or my grandma used to eat. No, you don't.
A whole
Because
lot.
the stuff that is in what your mama and grandma used to eat, the stuff that is in this stuff now is not the same
That's
as
right.
stuff just coming straight from out of the ground.
Right.
So no, you are not eating like your grandma and your mama used to eat. You are not, because
Right.
of all the chemicals, preservatives, and everything. And these are things that causes cancer in the body as well. And
It
again,
does.
we are different from what our white counterparts.
Yeah, we are. We are, and it's no shade to them. That's just
No,
facts.
yeah,
It's just facts. And we also are not in the clinical trials.
very true.
So we have
And we could go all the way back to the Tuskegee, what happened to those folks.
Yep.
But we have to get out of that frame of mind. We
Yes.
can't, the medications that are given for a lot of the treatments are based on white males, because
Mm.
that's who shows up to the clinical trials.
right.
Mm.
So we're going to have to find a way to start making this work for us, because a lot of these medications don't work on us. That's another
Right.
reason why we lose a lot of us.
Yes.
They're
Mm.
not for us.
Wow, that's interesting.
So, it is very interesting. So I could talk about this all night, but I can't.
We
you
have
know,
a question. Do you know about what's that? Metastatic breast cancer? Is that
yes. So
metastatic?
that's when it spreads. I had one lymph node that it got in, so it spread. But there are people, or I'm sorry, there are pink warriors who it spreads in different places, into your lungs, into
Yes.
your stomach, and so I hope I never know that. I hope
Right.
I never know that. But it's a terrible thing, because once it starts spreading, They can slow it down with different medications for a certain, amount of time, but it's just based on whatever that journey is going to be, how long that person can last. It can be very painful. And a
Mm.
lot
Yeah.
of a lot of women I've spoken to, they opt out because whatever quality of life that they can get at that time,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they want. There's some who say I'll try anything, but there are others who say I want to spend more time with my family. I want to go to go to California. That's when that bucket
Yeah.
list thing kicks in, and
Right.
they want
Right.
to do all of that. But most women are leading powerful lives and are walking in their calling for this. And I'm so happy to be a part of that community. Um, I had a lot of setbacks. I had because I had so much chemo and so much
Mm.
radiation. So I had leg issues, I had swelling. But the one thing I didn't do, I didn't stop moving.
Good.
I didn't stop moving.
Yeah.
And we have to keep moving.
Got to keep moving.
Yes.
Well, I'm
We
gonna
got to
ask at
keep moving.
least one question off my list.
You gonna ask one and I'm gonna ask one.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the second one's kind of like towards the end. So
Okay.
it says you've overcome both breast cancer and heart failure, two major health challenges. What mindset or habits help you stay strong through both journeys?
I do not want to ever do chemo. Whew. Mm, again. So I did the Red Devil, which is the 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 most harshest kind of chemo.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, the Red Devil.
Yeah, well, the nickname is Red Devil, but it's called I don't know how to say the technical name,
Okay,
because
that's
it's,
fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
but it's the Red Devil, and I had 4 rounds of that, but then I had Taxol. Taxol is a chemotherapy treatment that makes your nerves crawl. I mean,
Mhm.
it really affects you in that way. I never want to do that again.
Yeah.
Never. The radiation didn't get bad until the end because it was so many. So around about 31 is when I started being exhausted all the time. Now, mind you, I'm doing all this in a whole nother country.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing lockdown. My mama ain't there. My family was there, and everybody just that online presence was just, I miss it sometimes. It was just, and my sorority sisters and my D9 and the Boy Scouts girl, everybody came together. But I just never want to do that again. And so when I don't eat right, like I just came off this little retreat thing, oh Lord, I wanted some cake, but I know that I can have a little bit of peace. Or I went to California to see my sister in August. I ate some places there, but I had a little bit of thing. I know I got to watch my weight. I know I got to move. I have to build up my the chemo eats at your bones. It taps every part of your body. I know I have to get back in the gym. I have to do my weightlifting. So when I think about I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to do chemo again ever, ever, ever.
And I mean, just someone hearing your story, like, wow. And all it takes is just 20 minutes of getting your breast smashed to prevent all of this.
That's it. That's
all it takes. 20 minutes to get your breast. I'm going to keep it real because they do smash it like a pancake.
They do. They do. They do.
But it's just 20 minutes. And, and it saves you from all of this.
From all of this. Because the early detection saves lives. Early detection saves lives. You have the courage to do so many other things in your life. What about something that could help you save your life so you can do those other things?
Exactly.
Because it's gonna be at least a year out of your life, depending on what you're diagnosed at. Did you're gonna have to, go through treatment?
You can't do all those things anyway. Karen asked, did you ever have the option to take the pill?
No, because I'm triple negative.
Okay.
Yeah. If I take a pill, it'll start creating hormones, and then the cancer could come back. I'm no hormones. I can't have hormones in anything. Hair products, I have to be careful. Even with foods, I have to be careful, very careful about what I eat. Certain medications, shots, I have to be careful. I have to make sure I take the right kinds that don't have hormones in them. Some of them do. But I'm all, I'm vaccinated up, I'm good. So I have to be very careful.
All right. Yes.
Viruses is something else I have to be very careful, because your white blood cell count gets eaten away at when you have to go through all those treatments. And your white blood cell count helps you keep away the infections and the flu and all that stuff. Well, I'm always fighting that. Even still now, I have to make sure my white blood cell count is high.
Right. All right, Denisha, answer your question.
Okay. As someone who connects people with vital resources and information, what do you believe is missing in the way the healthcare system here supports survivors, especially women of color?
The mental health piece. And that's why I went back to school. Because in the middle of the night, when it's real quiet, and you're sitting with your thoughts, I'm telling you, that is something.
Eat you alive.
It is something I can't even describe it. And then if you don't have anyone to really talk to about that journey.
Yeah.
Because there's some people who just go through the system. You know what I mean? The doctor sees so many people that if you don't have a doctor that's sensitive to the mental health piece, a town, even here like in Fayetteville, there's no counseling specific to breast cancer afterwards. They're so happy that you're cancer free, and they do a good job, but it's the aftermath. Because you're so busy trying to do whatever you need to do to get well, and then you're like, when I got back here in 2021, I was lost. And I thought it was just me, but it was other people. I began to tell. They was like, well, what do I do now? Because you have appointments you got to be to, you have treatments you got to be to, you're trying to stay on track, you're trying to eat right, you're trying to keep moving, and then all of a sudden it just stops and it leaves you with your thoughts. So it's that mental health piece that is missing. And you kind of have a form of PSTD.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
Monica.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you the same question that I asked Karen before we wrap it up. For our listeners who are newly diagnosed or supporting a loved one through breast cancer, what word of hope or advice would you share from your own experience?
Listen, I think we need to you need to listen to the patient. And words, I have to also say about words, because I know people sometimes are trying to help, but please just think about what's coming out of your mouth.
Mm.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
And please don't say to me, but you're still here. That, because that person is already in a vulnerable place. And what they need more than anything really is love and a hug.
Yeah.
Sometimes a hug is, I say, a thousand. So my advice would be, my main advice though would be, please make sure you have faith in your team of doctors and nurses. And if you can't trust them, then you need to find another place to go.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Monica, anyone, where can they find you if someone wants to reach out, talk to you, ask for your help?
Well, they can DM me on Facebook at Monica Moore Doctor. And I can reach out to them, but I'm currently trying to get everything in place. I have someone working with me to get my LLC and 501c, and I'm trying. I'm finally getting to that part because I'm at the point now that I can do this.
Okay.
And my recovery took a little bit longer,
Mhm.
because I had pre-existing conditions with the heart failure. But I'm ready, and I needed that trip last month. I was looking forward to, I needed to go back. I needed to say thank you. I needed that. And so that's what I plan to do for the next year, to
Can
say
I tag
thank you.
along? I might tag
Huh?
along next time. Maybe one of the years I'm gonna tag along.
Tag along. I'm ready to go back,
I'm tag
you
along.
know,
Wow.
but I appreciate you all inviting me to this forum, and I have
Thank you for
the
joining
pink
us.
warrior before me. I have her information. So I'm looking forward to doing great things, you
Yes,
know.
great. We're all gonna chit chat in a few minutes. So we're gonna take you off stage, and
Okay.
after the show, we all gonna chit chat for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right. Woo, girl.
I have no words.
It's amazing. Well, I'm glad they're here.
Me
I'm glad.
too. Me too.
Wow, what a show. We knew it was gonna be like this. We knew it was gonna be like this, but sometimes you gotta do it.
Yep. Yep.
And we did it. We got
We
through it.
did.
They helped us get through it. So
We did. Before we end, I have some breast cancer facts.
okay.
So number one, breast cancer is the most common cancer in women, especially women of color. Early detection through regular screening can significantly improve survival rate.
Mm,
Some of the risk factors is age, family history, dense breasts, unhealthy lifestyles. Some of the symptoms are lumps, thickening of the breast, change in shape or size of the breast, skin changes, nipple discharge, and additional facts for as long as breast cancer has been around. The Breast Cancer Awareness Month started in 1985. So for anybody who might have had it years before that, there was no awareness for it.
Right.
So think about how many people we've lost. And it's not just women. It's men can get it too, like we said. So
Exactly. And
just
also,
wanted to leave those with people.
and shout out to the support system, the wives,
Yes.
the husbands, the kids,
Yeah.
the cousins, the friends, the sororities.
Yes.
It takes a village.
Yes.
All right, y'all. That's it. We gotta go. We'll be back next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. We have a
8
theme
p.m.
for next Tuesday.
Not yet, but maybe. I'm working on something. I got something in mind.
Denitra is the theme person, okay? I just go along with it. Listen, she hasn't let me down so far, all right?
Well, I think we need to have a gamers night where some of your people on and talk about games,
we cuss too much. We cuss too much. We can't do that. We cuss too much.
We don't worry about that. But I think we should actually. I think that would be a good theme, though.
Maybe we'll do that. Do that. We'll. I'll get some of my
work out.
We'll talk about that. Yes.
Yeah.
But listen, stay with us. You can find us next Tuesday at 8 p.m. We appreciate it. Shout out to our guests, Cameron Sutton and Monico Moore, Doctor. We appreciate you and we love you. See y'all next week. Bye.
Welcome to the Shameless Plug with Crimson Vibes and Denise's Creative Mind.
We spotlight the real, no shame in the game. Two queens with the mic calling out your name. From side hustle dreams to headlines team. We raise your voice, we build your team. We don't whisper, we amplify. Your story's power can't touch the sky. This ain't luck, it's divine design. You show up and we align. This is the Shameless Plug, we show you love. Co-sign, you shine like stars above. Dennis and Denise, the dream tag team. Plugged in, turned up, shameless and supreme. Let them watch you break the mold. Your biz, your brand, your story too. You're next, you're bold, the space is yours. We open paths, unlock new doors. No filters needed, just your flame. We hype your purpose, speak your name.